Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been quite a while since I've posted anything. We've had a lot going on. As you can see, I've had my little one. She is already almost 3 months old. It's crazy to think time is flying by. So we've been pretty busy. And with that being said, I've kind of neglected a lot of my duties. So I am going to start like a series here, and the next several videos are just going to be cleaning, decluttering, organizing, doing some deep cleaning, and things I can get done around the house because I have neglected it majorly lately. I've just been really busy. We've had ball and birthday parties and just so much going on, and after the baby, and really I've just wanted to spend time with the baby and all of my kids during this time. I'm off work. So it's just given me some time to sit home and just be present with my kids, which I'm absolutely loving, although I'm not loving this mess. So I'm starting in Emmy's room with this series. As usual, her room is quite the disaster. It's been like this probably since before I had the baby, because before I had the baby I had zero energy to do anything. I was just feeling miserable towards the end of my pregnancy. And so now I'm finally feeling better and getting more rest at night, a little bit more anyways, and trying to do what I can in between nap times. So I'm just gonna get started here. It's a bit overwhelming. Didn't really know where to start in this room. And to be honest, her room's kind of started to be a catch-all. We've put a lot of things in here. I've really been putting it off. I've just let her kind of do whatever in her room, which means she's just thrown toys, grabbed toys, just done so much. I've really needed to go through her clothes, through her shoes. So as you'll see, I'm just kind of organizing, cleaning. We're giving a lot to the thrift store, just going through a lot. She's having to try on some shoes here to see what's fit her. She has some brand new shoes that's been sitting in here that she's already outgrown. So we're just going to go through things. This room is the baby's going to sleep in this room as well with Emmy. We haven't put the crib in here yet. She's been staying in our room, which is fine and will be fine for the next probably month or two at least. But I've got to get it really cleaned up and things moved out so that I have room for the crib. We've just been putting so much in here, and when I clean out, we've brought more in because of the baby, so I have more clothes and things. We've stored a lot more things in this closet. It's just been crazy. So just getting on into the video. I hope you enjoy it and see quite the transformation. I'm hanging the hook on the back of her door in her closet. This has been needed for a long time. I actually need to add another one, but I only have one at the moment. So we're hanging some of her little bags and backpacks and some things up here to get them out of the way. This has been very handy. Emmy's jumping right in to help. She loves helping, and I love including her in the little chores like this. Although this is not a little chore, this is a big task. But it's helpful now because it teaches her to take pride in keeping things tidy. She did such a great job, and I'm always so proud of how willing she is to help out, and it is really, truly teaching her. Some of these boxes have clothes that are going to be too big for the baby right now, but I'm storing them until she gets a few more months older. So I have just a lot of things piled. You'll see here in a little bit things all piled up. It's several boxes of things that I've packed away that Emmy's outgrown that I'll save for the baby when she gets a little older. There's some things that my oldest has outgrown that I'm waiting for Emmy to be able to fit into. I just have a whole bunch of boxes. They need to go out in our shed, but I just don't really want to put them in the shed just yet. It gets really dusty in there, and I just got to think a better storage option for them. So for now, they're just going to sit over in the corner. My time is limited these days. You'll see here in just a couple minutes that it switched to the next day. I started putting these clothes away. Or putting on my hangers and got ready to put them away, and we had to leave. I think my oldest daughter had ball practice, so we had to leave, and I had to pick up the next day. Here it is the next day. Now I'm putting the clothes away. I was going through all these clothes and kind of reorganizing. I had taken a lot out to give to Goodwill and to pack up things that she's outgrown. So now I was just kind of reorganizing a little bit, checking sizes just to make sure that everything that is in there is stuff that she's going to wear and will fit her. So that's what I'm doing right now. Then I'm going to finish putting all the clean clothes away that I've previously put on hangers. And if I'm being honest here, I know she has way, way, way too many clothes. I get it. But it's just one of those things. I have accumulated so many clothes for her, and she can play with them, and, you know, we'll have some for nice wear, but I try to be minimal in some areas of my life, but for some reason, my kids' clothes is not one of those. So I need to work on that. Going through this homeschool cart, getting rid of some stuff that's already used up and no longer needed. It's really feeling so good to get rid of so much stuff and getting it all back organized. Amy really loves doing puzzles, but man, she never puts them back like they need to. They're so thrown in there and pieces everywhere. So I'm getting these together, and then I'm actually going to put these in a new home in that little toy box that I just cleaned out. I know some of these are too little for Amy now. She's outgrown these, but they'll be good for the baby. So that's why this room is just accumulating so much, because I know that I'm keeping things for the baby when she gets older as well. And so it's just finding the spots to keep it. Here, I was looking under the bed just to see if there was room to shove these boxes, but there's already several storage boxes under that bed, so these are going to have to go elsewhere. I'll probably store them under the baby crib whenever I put it in the room. The box in the back was in storage. It was a toy box of Adeline's when she was little, and for whatever reason, they brought it out of our storage shed and put it in here. There's nothing in it but stuffed animals for now, but it's definitely going back. There's no room for it in this room right now. So it's just sitting in this corner, and it's going to go back in the storage. And then the boxes that will be on top is just clothes. It's clothes, and there's a box of like bows, hair bows and things. That's all going to stay somewhere. Like I said, maybe once I get the crib put together and in there, it'll fit under the crib. Y'all, when I say this room is a disaster, you have no idea. I'm really trying to minimize things and get rid of so much, but golly, it's so hard to get rid of things sometimes, and it's things that we need and we use frequently. So it's just really hard, but I'm trying, and little by little, we're making room for things. As you can see, this bookshelf is completely overloaded. Even some of the shelves are like bowing in. I'm so worried that it's just going to fall in one day. But there's a lot of homeschool stuff on here, also with just our normal recreational books that we like to read. But I'm going through things and trying to get rid of what we don't use quite as frequently. So I was proud to get rid of a good little pile of books that we don't use. This is the pile of stuff that I've been throwing to the side during this cleaning. It's all going to the thrift store. I'm super excited about this. At least get a few boxes out of the way. It feels so good to be able to walk into this room again and not be stepping over piles of toys. Now I'm getting the windows all cleaned up, and then I'll be showing the after shots. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope I was able to give you a little bit of motivation. Please like and subscribe and drop a comment below. If you have kids that keep their room this messy, or if you've been procrastinating for way too long, let me know how you handle those. Thank you. See you soon.